Hello, fans. I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at the WGMHEFUN, or maybe that's WGMHEFUN, 120 millimeter USB fan with potentiometer speed control. I suppose you could also get a 5-volt power adapter and power it that way, but if it doesn't have a switch on it, you won't be able to adjust the speed. This does come with that, but for USB. And it has a potentiometer dial, so you can change the speed that way. It also has a switch here for turning it off as well as putting it in reverse. I don't know why they use this specific one because this fan doesn't go in reverse. It is fairly long, and that's a definite plus, especially when we're talking about a USB fan. The weird thing about this fan, this is not the first one that I've reviewed, is they, instead of using a metal grill, they used a plastic one. And as I told you with the last fan that I did that had a plastic grill on it, this decreases your airflow and your static pressure. It's not a good idea. At the very least, if they're going to, use plastic, they have to make sure to try to design it to minimize that loss. And this definitely makes everything worse. Higher noise and lower performance, basically. Fortunately, there is good news, and that is that you can pull it off quite easily. So that's a plus. And in that case, it just becomes a regular fan. So let's go ahead and listen to this. Now, we will be listening to this twice, both without and with the stupid grill. I'm starting it on low. And as far as the speed that it's moving at, it's approximately, hold on a second here. Pull it up for you. It's actually about 2,000 RPM. So there's not a huge difference between the bottom and the top speeds.
There's a, I don't know, the noise is kind of weird for this fan. It's got the higher noise with the wind, and then there's a lower noise. I'm not sure what's producing that. Hold on, let me turn it around so you don't hear the blowing. So once more this time, but this time without the wind. I also hear a buzzing now. And that's max speed. So, kind of noisy. It's in the 30s in terms of decibels. Let's go ahead and take off the grill and try again. So I don't chop my fingers. And that buzzing has come back. So it's still in the 30s, but it's not as loud because the grill's off. Now let's go ahead and check out the static pressure.
Now, without the grill on, at maximum speed, we're talking about maybe 2.5 millimeters of static pressure. And if we drop it down to minimum speed, then it's probably about 1.5. And if we use the grill, now it's about 1 at low speed. And maybe 1.5 at high speed. So as you can see, if you don't need the grill, don't use it, or get a metal one and put it on there in place of this stupid plastic one. All right, let's take a look at the specifications. I've got that ready for you here. The WGMHEFUN, a 120 millimeter USB fan with potentiometer speed controller, is a $15 fan. It's compliant with CE and FCC, made in China, 120 by 25 millimeters, 65,000 hours of life, 190 grams, 9 blades, 105 millimeters between the mounting holes, 2,500 RPMs maximum, 51 CFMs of airflow, and there's no special rating for the static pressure on this one, unfortunately. I wish there was, but there's not. Noise is supposed to be up to 30. You know, honestly, maybe it wasn't as high as 30 something when we were listening to it. It may have been lower than that. At least on maximum. With the grill, though, it did rise up above 30, but without the grill, it doesn't. 18 centimeter long cable. That's just the cable that before it's connected to the cable for the controller. No daisy chaining or sleeving. USB, dual ball bearings, 5 volts, 1 watt, 0.2 amps. No indicators of direction of rotation and flow. Turns in a clockwise direction. Comes with a plastic grill and the potentiometer speed controller.